What's up, guys? It's your boy Jalen here on another episode of Elevated Minds. Today's episode is going to be the continuation. This is part 2 of the Divine Masculine and Divine Feminine. This is the female focus, so we're going to be talking about the Divine Feminine. What is the Divine Feminine? The different attributes, the differences between that and Divine Masculine, and the imbalances going on with women today. And these are going to be things that you guys can work on if you want to make sure that you're in your Divine Feminine. So if this is your first time on the channel, hit that like button, subscribe, follow me on my socials. All that stuff's going to be in the description box. And share this video with anybody that you think can use this information. If you're returning, do the same thing. Let's go on and hop into this video now. Y'all remember in the last episode, I had to get on the guys. We did the Divine Masculine. We did the things that men need to work on to be in their Divine Masculine, and to the different traits that they need to avoid in order to get there. We saw the traits of a non-masculine man. Now we're going to get into the traits of a non-feminine woman, and these are traits that you have to stop today, ladies. Remember, I had to get on you guys too. It's all out of love, you know what I'm saying? But we got to get on you next, because these are things that we got to work on, and the world's just going to be a much better place, because divine feminine energy is a beautiful, powerful energy. You guys are way more powerful than you can even imagine. We need very feminine women in this world. It's a gift from God, and this is why I need you guys to listen up on this episode. All right, so let's go on and hop into this episode. The first thing on the list: leading and aggressiveness. All right, so a very feminine woman that's in her divine feminine is not going to be a very aggressive woman. You're not going to hear her shouting and doing all this crazy stuff at people and just being. I'm not saying you can't be loud as a woman. You can use your voice. I'm not talking about that. I'm saying, when it comes to, relationships and things like that, and just being overly aggressive. A very feminine woman is not very aggressive. And leading is something that is a masculine trait. Now, as a feminine woman, sometimes you're going to have to lead when you might have a job, you know what I'm saying? That, maybe you're in a boss lady type of situation. You have to lead people, you might be a manager. That is what it is. You got to be in your masculine in that. And that's one other thing is men and women both have both feminine and masculine energies. You just have to balance them. And for a woman to be in her divine feminine, sometimes it's going to be hard when you're at your job. So I get that. You got to. But in a relationship, that's not going to work. The thing is, a lot of women want a masculine, a man that's in his divine masculine. That's what most women want. And a divine masculine man is going to lead. He's going to lead naturally. That's what's going to happen. But if you're in your masculine and he's in his masculine, y'all are going to butt heads. It's not going to work. You can't both lead. There can't be two leaders. There's one leader, and this is why the woman, when she's in her divine feminine, she submits to the man. But it can't just be any man. It has to be a man of his divine nature in his divine masculine, because she's not going to trust that he has it. A woman that's in a divine feminine has to trust that the man knows where he's going. So in this case, women, and when you're a divine feminine woman, you need to be picking guys that are in their divine masculine. You don't need to pick these guys that don't know how to lead. That's what's a problem with a lot of things, is your choice in partners. Some men really don't know how to lead, and you have to be able. That's the thing. Women, you're very intuitive. Women are the most intuitive beings on this planet. They're way more intuitive than us guys. We can be intuitive. We can sharpen that stuff, but women are very intuitive, and that's something that you guys have realized as a woman. That's part of your feminine nature, and the more you dive into that feminine energy, the more you're going to be more powerful. So what's something that you have to do is pick the right men that know how to lead, and you pull back. You let the man lead when it comes to relationships and stuff like that. I'm talking about relationships. Like I said, women, sometimes you have to lead at work and all that kind of stuff. I'm not talking about that. Friendships, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about relationships specifically, because we're talking about the dynamic of male, the divine masculine and divine feminine, and the imbalances today. So there's a lot of women that are trying to lead relationships, and the reason why a lot of women aren't able to secure these types of men is because they're too much in their masculine. So you need to Stop trying to lead. Drop that whole mentality when you're, at work. Drop that for when you're going into your personal life, when it comes to dating and relationships and marriage and all that kind of stuff. If you want a masculine man, I'm talking about the women that want a masculine man, because most women want a masculine man. And this is what you have to do. You have to let him lead and trust that he's going to do the right thing. He's going to lead you guys into the right way. And this is going to be you guys using your intuition to pick the right guys. You got to use your intuition to pick the right men. If you have that gut feeling and you have them red flags, then you don't need to be with this guy. The thing is, a lot of women stay. Y'all do a lot of things, but leave. You know what I'm saying? Use that intuition, that beautiful God-given intuition that God gave you, and use that to pick the right men. I know some guys are, can be manipulative and they lie and stuff like that, but it's not all men. But the ones that do lie have some discernment. It doesn't matter. You gotta look past what he looks like. If he's 6'10", and you know what I'm saying, but he's got a felony record and he's got 10 baby mamas, what are you doing? Baby girl, wake up. You know what I'm saying? So basically, you got to pick better men that know what they're doing, that know how to lead, and you just can't be so aggressive when it comes to that. I'm going to use this example. This is a perfect example of a woman that is very much in her masculine and trying to lead. There's a woman that, this was actually about a month and a half ago. I posted some food that I had made, and she had commented and slid in my DMs, and she was like, hey, I think you're hella pretty, or you're a handsome guy or whatever, and that food looks amazing, blah blah blah. I was like, oh, thank you. You know what I'm saying? And then we exchanged a few messages, and then she's like, hey, here's my number, you should call me. I was like, all right. Texted her later on. She calls me up before I even get the call. So she called me. That's leading the interaction. So she called me and then was just talking about all this stuff, and she's planning all these dates for us. Like, she starts like, oh yeah, so I see you like you're a foodie, so we can go to this brunch place, and then by our first date we need to do this and this, and we're gonna do this, and we're gonna go to dinner. And she's just planning all this stuff, and I'm just like, yo, like, that's kind of like, that's too much. Like, it's kind of, I'm all for women taking your first shot. Like, there's a lot of dudes that would love if women took the first shot and let us have the rest of it. We'll lead it from there. But that was like, it was like she was just so like, she was trying to lead, and I'm like, I'm a masculine guy, so I'm like, yo, this is turning me off. You know what I'm saying? And so, but eventually I said yes. I was like, hey, I'm down to hang out, and but the next day, I think it was, she was messaging me again. She wasn't even letting me come to her. She was, I didn't even get to end the conversation, in the interaction. She just was always, hey, what's up? Oh, hey, guess who? I'm like, whoa, man, like, this is a little much. Eventually, I just had to cut her off, because it was just like, she was doing too much. And she literally told me, why is it that no guy wants me, and I really want a masculine guy, and I want this, and most of these guys that I attract are so feminine. I'm like, that's because you're in your masculine. You're literally coming after me. Like, you if you would have just let me handle it, maybe something would have happened. Maybe I would have called you, and then I went on a date. I originally said I wanted to like go out to the park. Let's meet at the park. Let's talk. Go for a walk. Hit the water. Just get to know each other a little bit before I even know. I don't know who you are. You just hit me up from Instagram. We just so happen to live in San Diego. And she's like, no, I don't want to do that. I want to do this and this. We're going on this type of date. She's planning to be together for like 5 hours. I'm like, yo, this is a first date. I don't like to do all that on a first date. So, ladies, let the man lead those interactions. If you want to shoot your first shot, for sure, do that. But the rest, let the guy kind of lead when it comes to that, because you need to be in your feminine. You need to like be able to hang back and just, radiate that beautiful feminine energy, and he's gonna do the rest. If he's the right guy, he's gonna have the dates for you. He's gonna take care of it. If he really wants you, or he really likes you, you know what I'm saying? And you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. It's gonna be a give and take, a beautiful give and take. So, ladies, you need to like work on that. Let the man lead. Don't be so aggressive. Get back and get into your feminine. Next thing on the list, we got dishonesty. Now, this is a crazy one, man. Like, there's a lot of women that will, and don't get me wrong, it's on both sides, but there's a lot of women that will use men and they're very dishonest when it comes to their intentions, because there's a lot of men that think they're going to be with these women, and I've seen this. I've seen women have a guy over here for food. She got a guy that'll Uber him home or come pick her up when she's drunk. She got a dude that will pay a bill or two. She got a dude for slinging what. She got a dude that'll she got a dude for everything, and she uses a lot of these guys. Some of these dudes actually think they're going to be in a relationship with this girl at some point, and she just using them for their resources. And you know what? Hey, if that's what you're doing, that's what you do. But I'm talking about the woman that wants to be in her divine feminine. A woman of integrity, a woman that is not on that. She's not entertaining all these extra guys like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're dating guys, cool, if you're interested for real. But don't be out here playing with these guys, emotions and stuff. And that's why some of these dudes be out here crazy. You gotta work on that. You can't be sitting here. And then the dishonest part about it is, you're selling this man a dream. You might be flirting with him a little bit, and he thinks that he's gonna, get at you at some point, and he's not even got a little bit of a slight chance. And those guys get upset and then become misogynist, and it's like a non-ending cycle. So a woman that's trying to be in her divine feminine, she's not gonna be doing all that, man. You know what I'm saying? She got her own stuff. You know what I'm saying? And she's not on all that. That's not a very thing of. It's not a big thing of integrity to do stuff like that. And so, girls, be truthful, be honest. If a dude is not, if you're not feeling him, just cut him off. Just say, hey man, I'm not interested. Thank you for so much, for that. But I'm not interested. I get it. Some dudes are crazy and they flip out. I think that's mainly why a lot of women don't want to reject guys, because some guys don't know how to handle rejection. But I'm sorry, it's better to just do that. Don't give them your phone number, and then don't not call them or text them. Don't give them a fake number. Just tell the man no. Just go ahead and put him out of his misery. Just cut it off. Be honest. It's gonna be way better for both of y'all in the long run. Don't do this. Oh, maybe I'll just sling him along as a friend and give him this hope, and then I can use him for things. Like, stop. Don't do all that. A woman that's trying to be in her divine feminine, you're gonna be honest with them. Just, hey, I'm not interested. It's cool. You know what I'm saying? And just leave it at that. And that's how it should be. When we're talking about divine feminine and divine masculine, we want to be people of integrity. No one's perfect, of course, but these are very sacred energies that we can tap into. You women have a very powerful energy. Divine feminine energy is so powerful. You just gotta redirect that energy into the right areas of your life. So next, we got a woman that loves fighting and arguing. Some women are just very combative. That goes back to the aggressiveness. Some women just want to fight. They want to argue. There's a lot of women that maybe they didn't get what they needed as a child, or they need some attention, and any attention is good attention. So they get these guys that are just angry or just have short tempers, and that they get riled up, and it makes them feel some type of way. They love to fight. They love to argue. I dated a couple of women that just love to fight. They love to argue and just get me riled up, so that we both are riled up. And it's just they love the turmoil. They love that rush. And it's like, hey, if you want to be in a toxic relationship, cool, but you should not be sitting here trying to fight with everybody all the time. Like, I know people that women that would just start stuff. They say these little nasty little remarks to get under someone's skin on purpose, and see what they say. Then they'll throw this little bits of poison out, and it's like, that toxic behavior is not of the divine feminine. A woman like that is not going to try and fight all the time, and not going to try and cause discord. A woman that's in a divine feminine is going to be that radiant energy that's in the room, brings balance, and very cool. And it's like anyone can feel that energy. That person like at work, that woman that's like really cool, calm, collected, and she's just pretty, but she's got that energy about her. And people love to be around her because like her aura is soothing. That's divine feminine energy. It's a beautiful thing. It's refreshing to everyone. And I feel that every woman should be in that. Every woman can be in that. Every single one of the women that are looking at this episode right now, you have that potential to be that. You can be this divine feminine being. Oh, that's the other thing. I didn't even get into what the divine feminine actually is, but we're going to talk about that after I finish the last thing here. Entitlement. So there's a lot of women in this world that are just entitled. They feel that they are just they deserve every single thing that's coming to them just because they're alive, and these people should just bask in my presence and be glad that they're even breathing the same air as me. Like, some women that are very entitled, that's a very unattractive trait. Someone that's in their divine feminine is very grateful. Someone in their divine feminine really shows gratitude. But the women that are entitled, they feel that they deserve every single thing. They deserve people's time. They deserve people's money. They just deserve all these things just because they exist. And it's just a terrible mindset to be in. And because you can be entitled, you can block your blessings, and you're blocking your feminine energy. Because if you show gratitude, that's flow. Feminine energy is flow. Knowing how to go with the flow and stop being so resistant and stop being so, feminine energy is receiving. It's all about receiving and nurturing. Just like it's just very natural. Like a mother's love, that natural nurturing of a baby, how people are, a woman gets around children, things like that. I know not every woman likes children, so I'm not talking about y'all. I'm talking about the ones that naturally have that nurturing, energy. But entitlement is gonna block that, because you just feel that everybody should be doing what they're doing for you. You're not grateful for anything because you just think that they're supposed to be doing that. That is a very unattractive trait. I'll tell you what, if you want a masculine man, a man that is in his divine masculine, what you're gonna have to do is not be entitled. Because I'm telling you what, a divine masculine man will do a lot for you. He will, because when he's showing interest, like he wants you to know that he's interested. But if you just be like, oh yeah, like he should be doing this. No thank you, no nothing. Like a simple thank you goes a long way for a man. You'll be surprised. A little bit of gratitude for the things that he does, you'll see how he'll go a long way with that. He'll want to do more for you because you're grateful. So as a feminine woman, a woman that's trying to be in your divine feminine, don't be out here entitled thinking that you deserve every single thing. A man's time, you deserve this person over here being nice to you, you deserve this money, don't go around here thinking that you should just be entitled like that because you're pretty or because you have status or whatever it might be. Be humble, stay humble, and be grateful for everything, and watch how that changes your flow. And the more feminine energy that you have, the more feminine energy that you're in, that's where your power is. That's where your power is right there, ladies. Like all this hot girl summer stuff and city girls, all this, and bro, that's not feminine energy. Like feminine energy is, really being you and showing love to people, and just really being in your own essence. Whoever you are, that's what it is. You're not being nobody else. You're showing that nurturing side that you have. It's a very giving side. It's a beautiful thing. It's a very beautiful thing. And that intuition of a woman is like no other. What a divine masculine man actually knows is that a divine feminine woman has so much intuition. She has such insight on life and on situations that you might not see. You might not see the angle that she's seeing it in, but I'm telling you, a divine feminine woman is a prized possession to a masculine man, to the world, to her family, to everyone that's in her vicinity, because everyone's gonna feel that. It's a very soothing, it's a healing energy. You know what I'm saying? When a woman really has healed from her traumas and she's not carrying that. That's one other thing. Carrying traumas and things like that into your relationships, and there's female versions of narcissists. Because due to these things, these wounds cause imbalances in your feminine energy. You need to also make sure that you can heal, because if you don't heal from these things, you're causing blockages. You might even blocking your feminine energy and getting more into your masculine energy. And this is the reason why you are attracting masculine, the opposite. You might be attracting feminine guys so much, or you're attracting guys that are just super nervous or just really needy or really clingy. It's because that imbalance inside of you. You need to work on that. You need to make sure that you're fully healed, and if you need to get therapy, or if you just need to talk to someone, you need to get something off your chest. Healing is an ugly process sometimes. It's a long process sometimes, and it does take time. But once you come on the other side of that healed person, that's really where the magic happens. That's really where you can step into your divine feminine power, because I'm telling you guys, women, you guys are way more, I have to keep saying that, you women are way more powerful than you think. You just really have to step into it, and these are the different things you got to work on in order to step into that feminine power. Healing is something that everyone needs to do, but women, I do see a lot of times in relationships, a lot of women are bringing past hurts into these relationships, the new relationships, or they're, causing these new rules. Oh, this guy played me, so every single guy that I'm with, they have to wait 6 months to have sex, or before I give them the first kiss, they have to do this, and this for me. And you could be putting up these blocks for a guy that's really willing to do anything for you. He might be the actual guy for you, but he might get turned off because, oh, what? I'm paying for this other guy's mistakes? That don't make sense, And so make sure you come healed and come into new relationships in the perspective of, this is a new person. Not everyone is out to get me. You don't want to be in that mentality. Women can be in the victim mentality as well, just as much as the guys can. And that can get in the way of your feminine energy. You do not want to be a victim from your past hurts, no matter what it is. Things do happen. It sucks. It's the worst. But that is no excuse to carry that into your relationships and carry that and put that onto other people if you can help it. You know what I'm saying? If you can get help for it, if you can work on it, if it's something that you can change, if there's something that you can redirect with your energy, I would definitely do it, because the more feminine energy you have, the more feminine power you have. The more feminine power you have, you'll man. There's just no limits. There's no limits of what a woman can do. There's no limits of what a man can do. But when you guys come together and you guys are in that divine union of divine feminine and divine masculine, you guys come together and you guys are both in your roles, and you guys are balancing both of your masculine and feminine energy off of each other. Because sometimes a woman is going to lead. Sometimes a woman will lead in the bedroom. Sometimes a woman will lead when it comes to picking what we're going to do today. And that's okay. A man needs to know when it's time to get into his feminine, to tap into his feminine. He's learning how to receive. That's a feminine trait. A man needs to learn when to, back off, and when to not be so aggressive, because we can be aggressive when we're the pursuer and things like that. You need to learn when to back off from a woman, let her come to you. There are different times where you have to balance these different energies off of each other. And when you learn how that union works and how it intertwines, this is where we realize that men and women are not equal. You have the feminists and stuff like that fighting for equal rights. Everyone should have equal rights, men, women, everyone. Gay, straight, no matter what your orientation is. But the thing is, when it comes down to it, men and women are not equal. I'm going to say it again, men and women are not equal. We are what each other are not. We are each other's equivalents. We are each other's opposing forces, but we go hand in hand. We're the perfect puzzle pieces of each other. A woman is just, I wrote it down actually. A woman, women are more, relationship directed, while men are more goal oriented. Women are, more nurturing. Men are more direct. Women are great at multitasking. Men usually are better at focusing on one thing. Women are supposed to be more, more receptive. Men are more giving. Women are compassionate. There's just a lot of things. Oh, and then intuitive. Women are very intuitive. Guys can be intuitive too, like I said before, but women just have a very strong intuitive power. And these are just some of the things that men and women are, but that the other are not. That we're two different things, so we're not equal. but we are powerful in our own ways. And so I feel that if in today's society we realize that if we start to get rid of these traits for women, we start getting rid of the traits that we went over in the divine masculine and start adopting more of these positive traits that are of the divine masculine and that are of the divine feminine, I feel like we would have way more amazing relationships. We'd have more peace in the world. We'd have more love in the world. We would just have a lot more balance. Because like I said before in the other episode, the balances are totally off. You got a lot of feminine men. You got a lot of masculine women. By the way, like I said, if that's how you are and that's how you want to stay, that's cool. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about the people that want, the divine masculine men that want to be in their divine masculine, to be with divine feminine women, and the women that want to be in the divine feminine and attract the divine masculine men. And this is what a lot of people say they want. So this is what we have to do as a collective. And once we start to do that, you're going to start to see things change for the better. People are going to have way more meaningful and deep relationships. And I feel that, everybody's just going to be a lot happier when we understand each other. We're able to understand each other a lot more, I just think there won't be as much fighting. There's going to be way more understanding of the deeper dynamic, the polarity that we have, that opposing force of each other. That's all I got for today, though, guys. I hope that this was a good episode for you guys. I hope that you learned something. Ladies, these are things that we need to work on. Last thing, there's actually one bonus thing that I want to go over. A woman that doesn't know or love herself. That is a very non-feminine trait. So women, if you don't know who you are, that's something that you definitely need to learn. It's something you need to learn, because you need to know what you like, you need to know what you don't like, and that goes with men, with a job, with whatever. You need to know yourself, know what you stand for, know what your values are, because you want to align that with your future partner, whoever that might be. You need to know, as a divine feminine woman, what do you stand for? What are your aspirations? What do you want to do in your life? What do you want from life? And what does your partner look like? So and a woman that loves herself, she's going to be able to really be in her divine feminine, because it starts here. When you can love yourself first, that's when you're healing the wounds. You're really able to get deep in here and really emit that beauty and that beautiful divine feminine energy out into the world. And that's what's going to attract the divine masculine men that you want, and everything else that you want in life. It's going to come to you when you're able to get into that feminine, because that's where your power is. That's truly where your power is. And so I really hope that you ladies got something from this episode and listened to the things that I said, and I hope that you work on it. And if you don't have your divine masculine man yet, and that's what you want, I hope that you get him soon. And I think that you will if you listen to the things that I've done and talked about in this video. All right, so guys, these are the different things, differences between the divine masculine and the divine feminine. These are the similarities that they have, and these are the things that make us whole together. We're not equal, but we are both powerful. We are both amazing creatures, and we all have something to offer into this world. And if we work together, I think we can provide a better, safe place for this world. All right. I think that's all I got. You guys stay safe, be good, and stay elevated.